I'm ready to face Rome, or those who bear tidings of her.
Sejanus landed last night. There's news of a revolt in Pannonia.
Do not trouble Tiberius Caesar with rumors, Atticus. Wait for Sejanus to report to him.
Lucius Marinus is right. What a series the Egyptian teacher said. Any upheaval is forewarned by a commotion of celestial bodies, by blood on the moon. I saw no sign in the heavens. No blood, no anger.
You have more gloomy wisdom for me, Curtius?
I wouldn't call it gloomy. The aim of Stoic philosophy is to dispel gloom.
You and your fashionable philosophy. Only the pleasures of the senses can ease the pains of the spirit.
Senses fail, Caesar, as you know, at your age, our age.
Speak for yourself. And I think you may keep your philosophy to yourself.
We Romans act too much, think too little. And a philosophy which teaches courage in adversity, the pursuit of virtue for its own sake, equanimity. Isn't that what Rome needs?
Don't talk to me about courage and equanimity. You've never known the burden of rule, the nightmare of treachery. You haven't seen your own son dying in pain.
You did not see it either, Tiberius.
I see it every night. I hear his screams. I wake up sweating. His murderer or murderers were never caught.
Yet many were executed on mere suspicions.
They were guilty. They were guilty of being suspected. They deserved to die. You said many, not enough. Not enough to pay for the death of my son, Drusus.
And what satisfaction do you find in revenge?
It's not revenge, it's policy. They killed him. They've been waiting to kill me, too.
Calm, Caesar. Refuse to be moved. Take a calm mind back to Rome. Restore justice to Rome. Rome has become a filthy shambles. Rome needs its emperor.
I won't go back to Rome. Thank the fair wind that brings you back to Capri, Sejanus. Atticus reported rumors of a revolt in Pannonia.
False rumors, Caesar. Spread by enemies of Rome and your peace. Since you subdued it, King Vannius rules Pannonia in your name and in your peace.
No, I won't go back to Rome. I will die here on Capri, and I hope to die in my bed.
Oh, you will live, Tiberius, for the glory of Rome and our peace. The arm of your justice.
Your arm, Sejanus, and your justice
shall crush any attempt to harm you.
Whether your enemies be hiding in the forum, or behind the toga of a senator, or even in the nest of your own family.
My family, Sejanus?
Your niece, my emperor. Agrippina the Elder. She's been exiled to the island of Pandaria.
Tiberius himself gave the order.
I did? My memory fails at times, and yet I...
Oh, her plot to depose you in favor of one of her two sons has been proved beyond any doubt.
It was in the stars woven in their dance. I saw it.
They are safe. Her two sons are safe, yet safely guarded on the island of Pontia.
So there was a third. She bore 3 sons.
Yes, Gaius, Caligula, little boots.
Still hanging around your legion's camps? Good boy. Born to serve in the army.
Quite unlike his brothers, he told me he's ashamed of his mother. Hates her.
I like young Caligula. His grandmother I love. Antonia would never fail me. I was so happy when my Drusus married her daughter, the fair Livilla. You wanted to marry her, Sejanus? Antonia refused you. She would never consent. You understand that I could never allow anyone under no circumstances.
I understand, Caesar. Hearts change. There is time.
But there's little time left before the Senate of Rome declares your city an orphan. Your senators demand that you are emperor. Return to Rome and rule it yourself.
I won't go back.
Such wisdom as ever.
Power lies where the emperor lies. Capri, not Rome. Rome has survived for 4 years without my presence. The Senate grows wearisome. An example, perhaps. We could have someone shipped over here and thrown from these rocks. Decius, perhaps, or Cinarius. One or more of the louder-mouthed senators.
If you wish examples to be set, Caesar, they are best set in Rome, where the Romans can see them. The Praetorian Guard is always at your service. Enjoy your retirement, Caesar. Rome is a loud, dirty place. Also treacherous.
Also treacherous. Poor Drusus.
You seem not to want our emperor back in Rome, Sejanus.
Where do you think you're going? Believe me. Please, please. I've done nothing. Please. Who are you? What are you up to? What do you want? What? A gift. A gift? What sort of gift? Who for? The emperor. The emperor? A fish. Oh, what?
Speak to me. Who is he?
He says he's a fisherman. He brings a gift for the emperor. A fish.
A fish? Bring him forth.
Come.
From the divine Neptune, our god of the sea. A gift for the divine Tiberius.
Not so divine if mortal men can climb his Olympus.
Oh, well said. You and your guards have failed in your duties. Throw this man back where he came from and report for disciplinary action.
No, wait. For me, you say? A gift from Neptune?
Yes.
Strange that he does not deliver it personally. Give it to me. You're right, Sejanus. My friend, as always, if fishermen can get in, so can hired murderers.
Throw him down the rock.
No! No! I beg you! No! No! No, don't! Don't! No! No! Don't! No! 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 No!
I speak only for the Empire.
I am the Empire, Nerva, remember?
And the Empire's good name is your own.
Ah. My darling Columba. My sweet little pet. The only creature that I can really trust. Decius, she's hungry. Fetch some frogs and mice. Make sure they're alive.
I speak for the restoration of justice. For the Emperor as Judge in the imperial court of law. Sifting the true from the false. Law is turned into terror. Calumny. Whispers from paid informers. Take the case of Titus Sabinus.
Who?
A Roman knight, clubbed, dragged to jail, his property confiscated. An unfounded calumny proved false.
Do I know him?
You knew him.
The past blurs.
Yes, Tiberius. That is the danger. We are all old men and in danger of forgetting that the empire stood for law. There are wise men writing history books. They record the decline from the past to
Terror. Blood on the marble. The reign of Tiberius ends in...
Beware, Curtius.
Oh, my lord, Caesar, there was a time when you loved the truth.
Mother and I are not young boys to be frightened by threats of torture or decapitation.
Old men have nothing to fear.
This old man has much to fear.
go back to Rome. Show yourself. Restore the rule of law. The city is damned. It smells of something worse than blood.
Sejanus keeps order. He has a strong nose.
Yes, Sejanus.
You have something to say against Sejanus?
An efficient soldier. A firm administrator. A man who, as you say, has a strong nose. He is good at smelling out opposition. And yet, the city stinks of corruption. And there is no man who is not afraid.
Except Sejanus.
That man is the courage that I no longer have. I won't go to Rome. You heard me. I will die here on Capri.
Die, yes, and then turn into a god as real as Neptune. And then, the empire will be... who?
Not many candidates left.
Sometimes you must wonder why.
The main task in Rome, as I see it, is to contain the dissension in those areas which, through cunning, have impinged on your own family. Now, the Lady Livilla, if I may say so, is highly impressionable. She has lived as a widow for too long. If I may repeat my desire to...
No. Antonio would never consent. I cannot go against the decision of her mother.
What if Lady Antonia withdrew her objection?
She wants my daughter-in-law to keep faith with the memory of her husband, my poor dead Drusus. If you wish by marriage to become a kind of substitute son to me...
I would never dare so presume.
Turn yourself into an imperial candidate.
It's the furthest thing from my mind.
Keep your place. Keep your distance. You do your work well, let things stay as they are.
I take it you have been hearing things from Atticus and Nerva. Word of warning, Caesar. Beware of mild old men.
They're my friends, even if they don't spare me their disagreements.
I hope to soon put in your hands evidence to the contrary. Trust nobody. I'm going to put a cordon around this island. You will be safe here.
My astrologer tells me that the signs may soon turn auspicious for a brief visit to Rome. I may see Rome before I die. Nerva is right when he talks about imperial duty. Perhaps I have a duty, Sejanus, to see you at work.
I work only for your sake, for your protection. Suspicion is like a dagger. It can never be sharpened enough. Our lives depend on it. I told you I did not suspect Gaius Caligula, but I do believe that he is capable of being tempted into an act of criminal treason. Ambition intoxicates. He has bad friends. Herod Agrippa, grandson of the great Herod, is a champion of ambition, who dreams of ruling troublesome Palestine one day.
I thought things were quiet in Palestine.
Things are not quiet. in Palestine.
Those rebellious Jews, is there no pleasing them?
All is well, Caesar. Attend to your health. The empire is stable under your rule. My trusted friend, Lucius Marinus,
Remain at your service here in Capri while I'm away in Rome, urging you to foes known and unknown.
preparing for your visit. May I suggest you address a letter to the Senate, mighty Caesar? It will appease their anxieties, dispel their fears.
There's little hope left. An emperor obsessed with fear in the hands of a man who fabricates fear. Look, Nerva. Swathed in fog, Capri is as remote as the moon from Rome.
Beware of the insidious influence of the hour, Atticus. Our poet said the dying of light brings oblique thoughts to the mind, shrouds the heart, breeds dejection. Oh, we must react. Take action.
How? Wasting more words on Tiberius. He refuses to listen, or if he pretends to, he quickly turns to report them to Sejanus. The spider's too smart. Its web too tight.
A delegation from the Senate. I must leave for Rome as soon as possible and lead back here the worthiest members of our Senate. Tiberius will have to listen to the voice of Rome. You'll hear the truth.
Truth? Every one of those worthy senators that you plan to bring here is closely watched, even in his own home. Servants and kinsmen alike have been turned into informers. Crimes, true or false, are reported at every sunrise. They, too, are caged in fear.
I shall leave tomorrow.
There's no ship due here before another week. And Neptune has an angry look.
You are too discouraged to be well informed, Atticus. A ship landed last night. It was brought here by order of Sejanus. Our spider is getting ready to return to Rome and keep weaving his plot. But he will not leave Tiberius alone. I'm sure he's already assigned Marinus his own piece of evil work. Come. You must help me ready myself for our good mission. Let us not give them any more time.
Careful with that.
Necessary that this venerable Senate appoint a chosen group of delegates. They must go to Capri and bring to Tiberius the appeal of his Rome, of our orphaned city.
We have listened to Caligula's Nerva. We shall vote on his appeal that a delegation be sent from this Senate to our Emperor. Those who approve of it will be on the right-hand side of the hall. Those who disapprove on the left.
I ask your permission. I, too, have heard what the noble Caligula Nerva proposes. It could indeed be advisable, as your vote suggests, were it not in open contrast to the manifest wish of the divine Tiberius that none of you be distracted from your duties in the city. He knows that each one of you is totally absorbed in rendering loyal service to the empire and its emperor. He urges all of you to stay in your places as he has prompted me to resume mine. I'm here to convey a special message from Tiberius. These are his words, my voice his. Let me break the imperial seal. My lords, senators of Rome, if I knew what to tell you, or how to tell it, or what to leave altogether untold, for the present, may all the gods and goddesses in heaven bring me to an even worse damnation than I daily suffer.
His mind is totally gone. Nerva is right. Rome is truly an orphan. We have lost our emperor. Tiberius will never return to Rome.
Who else? Julius and Drusus, exiled as the traitors they are. Caligula, unworthy of his manly toga. A silly boy playing with soldiers.
Which does not prevent some of our illustrious senators from licking his little boots.
Antonia's son, Claudius, is...
not even to be considered. A stuttering idiot, posing as a philosopher and historian.
I've read some of his books. There is a mind behind that brawny forehead.
The mind of a senile man, frightened of power, a weakling. That brawny forehead would disgrace the imperial crown.
So headless Rome cannot find a new head. Unless
the new emperor were a born leader.
A man of true courage, acquainted with power and the game of ruling. A commanding figure.
Or to be explicit, the commander of our Praetorian Guard.
You have nurtured a serpent, Tiberius, a poisonous snake, who, unlike your tame pet Columba, is about to strike at the very heart of our Rome. The serpent has a name that you honored by associating him in the consulship with you. I have the proof of his treason. He must be crushed before he springs to his last deadly attack.
I wish we could have reached Capri in a faster time than it took us.
Sir Jonas must be seized, killed. He and his family, and Livilla, and whoever helped him. Gaius Caligula must be brought here, and the command of the Praetorian Guard is to be taken by Sertorius Macro. Where is Nerva?
Staying safely with the Lady Antonia for the moment.
Let him come here. He'll be safer at my side and I with him. You are assigned, promoted to my Praetorian Guard, young man. And you return for duty on Capri, to be at my side. Jewish bandits attacking our outposts and killing our auxiliaries. Pilate keeps sending me news of defeat after defeat. How much more are we going to tolerate? Have I not done more for these Jews than...
Yes, Tiberius. You've given them back their own property. Some of it.
Don't try your stoic sarcasm on me, Nerva. Senility does not grant you immunity.
Have me killed, Caesar. To ease your frustration. Frustration you brought on yourself. The revolt in Palestine is only one symptom of a total sickness.
Revolting armies on the Rhine, thugs in the Senate. I said before, and I'm sick of saying it, that
I will not go back to Rome. Let's see what Pilate the fool has done. The Third Legion moved in from Syria. He wants the Miliaria division recalled from Egypt. Roman rule, Roman order, Roman blood spilled in Samaria, wherever Samaria is.
it's part of your empire, Caesar. And I say again, whatever the penalty, you must look to that empire. Go to Rome!
Out of my way, you stupid! Fetch more, you fool! Pilate must go. Send an immediate dispatch recalling him and get Marcellus sent out in his place.
Marcellus? Marcellus is equally corrupt and equally incompetent. The empire is forgetting how to breed administrators. Perhaps it'd be wise to put the whole province under one of the native princes.
Another fool, if you mean Herod Agrippa, a whole family of corrupt and cruel idiots.
Well, they've been brought up on the Roman example, Caesar.
My heart, Valerius, take me to my bedroom. I can hardly crawl there. You want me to go back to Rome?
You'll be happy to know that Gaius Caligula has arrived.
My goddess, look at me, your Caligula.
You elude me, alluring moon. The water cannot hold you, nor my hand tame your shivers. Well, Gaius Caligula will hunt you down. The knights of eternity will echo with the soldiers' boots of bootykins hunting you down, Diana. One day you'll be mine. Mine, mine, mine. Forgive me. Noble Gaius, Caligula. Ah, handsome standard bearer, friend of the Emperor.
At your service. Forgive me, I dare ask you for a special favor.
Favor? What favor?
I understand you inherited all that belonged to Sejanus.
Yes, all, save his shame.
There is a slave among the many that are now your property who...
A slave? My sisters. I gave all those slaves to my sisters. Caligula! Yes? Coming.
This particular slave...
We will discuss this in Rome. Later. All right?
But...
In Rome.
Caligula, come!
Herod? Where are you? Hey, woo! Wait. Where are you? Have you got... There. Gaius! Here.
Catch!
Ow! Oh, I've been stung. Herod! Stung! I've been stung on my foot.
Here, let me see.
Where is it? You should wear bigger boots, Gaius.
Little boots, Caligula, bootykins, Caligula. It was the army that gave me that name, Herod. You have to keep in with the army.
Got it.
I was brought up in the army, you know. The army loves me, Herod. They'll never be disloyal to Little Boots. To the Emperor, Little Boots.
Sooner than you might think, judging from, well...
It's his heart, darling. An old man's heart. He's lived too long, you see. Still, we'll leave it all to nature. It's your people that brought this on, you know. Dig the talons of the imperial eagle into the heart of the Jewish nation. That's what he said. Harsh words, Herod. And then he had to be put to bed.
You don't know the Jews. You people made a big mistake. Roman procurators hardly willing to mouth a syllable of Aramaic, telling the Jews about Mercury and Venus and Jupiter and the divine emperor. No wonder the Jews laugh when they don't cry.
So you don't like the idea of a divine emperor?
For you, my dear, of course. Why, I was saying only yesterday.
Beware of what you say.
I shall worship at your shrine. But you can't blame the Jews for finding all these little gods rather childish and tiresome. After all, the Jews believe in one God, creator of the universe. You Romans are a bit slow in grasping that concept, aren't you?
Oh, I'm not slow, Herod Agrippa. Your royal Jewish lowness. I think the idea of one God a very attractive one. To be totally in control.
Meaning?
Well, once the universe has been created, what is there left to do? Pull it to pieces. Destroy it. Oh, we'll have great games when I'm installed in Rome, and you're in your palace in Jerusalem, visiting each other, you know, playing games. But I shall have to win, always, Herod Agrippa, because I shall be the emperor, you see, and you'll be just a little king. But a little king is bigger even than a big prince, isn't he? So I hope you'll be duly grateful, your prospective Jewish majesty.
Lord of the universe, I bow before you.
You told me once there's a secret Jewish word for the Lord of the universe, the ineffable name. What is it, Herod? Do tell me. Tell me. Tell me!
I can't. Only the priests know that name.
Well, you must beat the priests until they do tell you. Line them up and then off with their heads! Off with their heads! What is this? How do you dare?
We are ordered by Tiberius Caesar to escort Herod Agrippa.
King Herod.
His Royal Highness, King Herod. Where's he supposed to go?
To Rome today, to the Mamertine prison.
You must not allow this.
I will go to the old crow himself. He will have to explain. Macro! Oh, where have you been?
With the Emperor, trying to appease him.
Appease him? He will taste the poison of my anger.
Restrain yourself. Your friend has a mouth much bigger than his brain, and Tiberius many ears that listen for him. Take his majesty with you.
Caius! Caius!
It would be better for you to choose to be silent and yield to power. You'll soon be able to free your friend.
Not only my reading of the stars, the entrails of the beast slaughtered.
Show the same omens. Yes, yes, yes.
They will never be better.
They will never be better, Caesar.
Catch your tone, Apemantus, my good physician. I listen to soothsayers, but not to stoic reason. You ought to be pleased. The result is the same.
Praise be to the gods. When do we go back to Rome?
How are the winds?
The winds are set fair.
Tiberius, beware of Gaius Caligula. You are nursing a viper for the Romans.
Nursing a viper for the Roman people. Who said that, Caligula?
Carry on. Come on. Pass, come on.
Stop.
Why are we stopping?
Caesar's order.
Caesar! This is the 7th milestone from Rome. We can make our entry before nightfall.
I don't want to go on. Take me back.
We've come a long way. You are tired.
Find me a place to rest along the road back to Puteoli.
Perhaps you could rest for the night at the villa of Cortesius Naso.
Villa of Cortesius? Is Cortesius in residence?
Cortesius was executed 5 years ago, on your orders.
Is there some other place?
A mile back, the villa of Dionysus.
The home of Cortesius will do. Will all be ready for me there?
Your servants will be sent ahead to anticipate your needs.
How do you know what I need? How does anybody know what I need? Nerva, my only friend, where's he?
Nerva? He's dead.
Did we? We did not kill him.
No. He chose to remove himself from this world. He killed himself, great uncle. You should remember.
My good Nerva dead. He knew how much I needed him. How could he?
Columba.
Tiberius, you are as clever as your serpent, but do not abuse the patience of the Roman people. Remember, mobs are like ants, countless and destructive.
Who said that? Who said it? Guards! Slaves! Take me home, back to Capri. I want to die in my own bed. The eye of the world has been blinded.
He has nightmares about the earthquake on Capri. He seems to identify the lighthouse with himself. The eye of the world. This, troubling of the imagination weakens him.
And the voyage to Capri?
He's too feeble. And the seas are far from calm.
How long?
A week, at the most. The eye of the world is out. Very poetical.
The dying snake can't hide itself in the greenery of Capri. The ants of Rome are waiting.
Divine moon. I too shall be divine. Do I call you too soon, my love? Will you come to me only when I am in purple? As you, my goddess, are in silver. What is it with you? Why do you keep trailing after me? I don't need protection.
Be patient, Gaius Caligula, please. May I remind you of your promise?
My promise? Which promise? I'm thinking about realities now.
It is about one of your sister's slaves.
A slave? Have him.
It's a girl, Caesar.
Oh, it's a girl. And beautiful, too, I suppose. Hmm? Well, a master does at least have the right to take a look at a beautiful slave before giving him up, her up. We will discuss this later. All these gods. You know what the Jews believe?
No, Caesar.
That there's only one God. Clever people, the Jews. Shall I tell you what I want you to do?
What, Caesar?
I want you to cut their heads off. All of them.
Cut their heads off?
And put mine there. Mine.
Even on... well, there's Venus, Minerva, Diana.
Mine. Well, for those you could put more hair. More hair.
You promised I'd be in Judea by now, Gaius, king of my land.
You're never satisfied, are you? Not even after I set you free.
An emperor should keep his promises.
Don't you tell this emperor what he should or should not do. The whole point of being an emperor is the total freedom it confers. Total. And that includes the freedom to break promises. Be satisfied you have what you have, King Herod the Little.
My throne should be in Jerusalem.
Oh, don't be so wearisome. Judea remains a Roman province under Roman rule, and the Roman Senate says so. Sometimes I listen to the Senate. Don't I, Uncle Claudius? Don't I, Uncle Claudius?
Sometimes, Caesar.
Entertain us with a little eloquence, won't you, Uncle Claudius?
This should be fun.
A little oratory.
If you'd be so kind.
I don't think I can bear this.
Right on the threshold, in the jaws of Orcus, pain and the vengeful cares have their dwelling, and sallow sickness and senility, and fright and craving that lead men to kill, and shameful
No. None of that morbid Virgil, please. Haven't you something a little less dog-eared? Something a little more uplifting?
He who is all powerful is free to perform both good and evil acts. And because good is harder to accomplish than evil, he will best show his power in the enactment of good. He who performs nothing but evil is enslaved to evil and has forfeited his power of choice. The evil ruler is no ruler at all.
that? One of your gloomy stoics?
No, an unknown philosopher, Caesar. About 50 years of age. With no wealth, but a wealth of dusty books.
Well, I hope I do not hear the ring of treason in it. My, but you're agile with your tongue today, Uncle Claudius. Are you as agile with your body, though?
Alas, I am a slow mover, Caesar. I'm limp. They gave me an appropriate name, Claudius, the limper. I could afford you little sport.
Not now.
Drink.
My friend, King Herod the Little, will oblige with a little Hebrew poetry. Won't you, Your Majesty?
All our Hebrew verse is sacred, Caesar. The Psalms of David are not to be recited over lobster or suckling pig.
Why is everyone so tiresome? Why is everyone so glum? Very well. Marcus, my whip. If you will not entertain your emperor must entertain you. Where are you from, my dear?
Judea.
Judea. Jewish. Come. Look, Herod. A young lady from Judea. Tell me, Your Majesty, what was the name of your grandmother?
Salome.
Salome. Salome the dancing girl.
That was another Salome. Stepdaughter to my uncle.
She danced naked, did she not?
In a manner of speaking, yes.
And she was given a prize for dancing so well, wasn't she?
The head of...
Somebody's head. Yes. Good. Princely entertainment. Imperial entertainment. Whose head it shall be, we will decide after your dance. Thank you. Music. Dance. Dance. No. Stop! Something faster! Faster! Now, Salome! You won't dance? Hmm? I shall make you dance. Dance, Salome! Poor girl. And now, dear Salome, you shall have a severed head as a reward for dancing so well. But who shall it be? Whose? She broke. Oh, I'm so bored. You will share the imperial bed for a divine union.
Divine Caligula. My daughter Corinna, she's so young, a virgin.
It's a problem that can easily be solved by any of my guards. I find you worthier. Mortals must learn to live with the whims of the gods. Take your hands off my wife.
With respect, Caesar, she is my wife.
Oh, she can be yours again tomorrow.
Don't do anything foolish, they'll kill us both.
But tonight, she's for me. Come, I beg you, Caesar. Oh. I forgot who it was we decided to behead. Never mind. You'll do. Thank you for coming. The banquet's over. Guards, come. Execute them, Macro. The time has come for us to conquer Britannia, subdue the pagan Britons, and I say that we lack the gold that will enable us to finance our invasion. So, now, what is the opinion of our omnipotent prefect?
Caesar's proposal is unacceptable.
It is acceptable to Caesar, and that's enough. Caesar needs money!
Nevertheless, it would be unjustifiable and even dangerous to arbitrarily execute Roman patricians in order that their estates may be seized.
It will not be arbitrary if you fasten crimes onto them. It's perfectly standard practice, isn't it? See to it, Macro.
No! With respect, Caius Caesar, why don't you sell something? You could set a worthy example by auctioning off some of the imperial commodities. You personally own a number of estates, slaves, vineyards.
What I own is Rome's property. Are you suggesting that I should steal from Rome? I, who have always been so munificent. I will sell my sister's properties. Lands, slaves, everything.
Good. But that will take time. Perhaps you should postpone the invasion.
The land alone will finance the invasion, and the rest will pay for my triumphant return.
Very good, Caesar. Is that all?
No, Macro, it is not all. You've ceased to be of service to me, Macro. I'm tired of having to think for you. I want you to go away. Leave your office and Rome and go somewhere very far away. Mauritania, perhaps. No. Egypt. Egypt for you. You go now. If indeed he ever leaves his native soil.
Alexandria and his Jewish delegation asked to be heard about your statue in Jerusalem.
Try it on Jupiter.
This traditional concept of a single god, not of many gods, Jupiter, Juno, Venus, Saturn, and the rest. Well, Caesar, it has long been accepted by the Roman state that the Jewish tradition is to be respected, even if Alexandria and Judea are part of the Roman Empire.
Only the emperor exacts respect. Your God, the God of my friend Herod Agrippa, is merely tolerated. It is bizarre, exotic, amusing. It adds its own color to the glorious patchwork of our empire. It has even taught something to our empire, this very notion of one God. God is the emperor. The emperor is God. What could be more satisfying?
It is not very satisfying to the Jews. Our God to us is unborn, undying, immortal. Even the emperor must die.
The emperor is God. God is the emperor. Ergo, I'm immortal. Don't you speak to me of my death.
I beg Caesar's pardon. Let me confine my petition to this. Do not, we beg, for the sake of the tranquility of your Palestinian possessions, insist that your statue be installed in the Holy Temple of Jerusalem.
It has already been installed to the great satisfaction of the Jewish people. Now they can see their God. Now they have a solidity to bow down to.
I would be shaming the faith of our fathers if I said, yes, Caesar, that is so, but it is not so. Your procurator Marcellus is a man of good sense, and a credit to Caesar's capacity for choosing good administrators.
I did not choose him. The Emperor Tiberius chose him. Has he disobeyed our orders?
He has very wisely delayed to obey them. But now the envoys from Rome, on their annual visit to Judea, have urged immediate compliance. This may lead to unfortunate events, even a revolt.
Why have I not been told of this? Why are things kept from me?
To conclude, your procurator Marcellus may be forced to order that your statue... We beg of you to have the order rescinded.
Get out of here, you riotous, unwashed Jews! I shall be rid of your friendly procurator. I shall have him recalled and punished. We will instruct Publius, our governor in Syria, to carry out this order without delay and open his veins should he fail. I also have a mind to give you a new king. Herod Agrippa, when he returns to Jerusalem, my image will greet him in your temple, and the people will worship it according to the sacred imperial rite. Now get your superstition out of here!
With respect, Caesar, in our tradition there is no room for superstition.
Out!
We Jews do not practice magic.
Out!
Nor do we resort to violence.
Out! Out! Out!
your brave hearts and fine bodies have reached the northern shore of the province of Gaul. From here, you will embark and sail to the shores of Britannia. Britannia will fall to us and be ours. This is a solemn occasion. The last province of the Roman Empire awaits our acquisition. But first, there is an important thing that I wish you to do. These shells, spread all along the shore, are the spoils of the ocean. They are Roman property, and as such, they must be returned to Rome. Gather them. Put down your arms and gather them.
All of them, Caesar?
You heard me, Cassius? Gather them! Gather them!
This will do it.
I know.
We can't survive this. The humiliation of the Imperial Army. We can't. The shame of it. We can't.
Beautifully made, aren't they? Exquisite workmanship. That old god had remarkable creative gifts. But the new god gets the benefit of them, just as it should be.
Divine Caesar, when do we embark?
Embark?
For Britannia.
One conquest at a time, Cassius. Today, Neptune's booty. Another day, Britannia. Let our ships sail back to Rome!
He was dead before he came into the arena!
Kill him! Kill him! How can you call him someone like that? He streams the family!
Wait. You cannot take his place.
Well now, relieving oneself is a duty that not even the divine emperor can escape.
Forgive me, Divine Caesar, not through the crowd. The people are restless. Stones were thrown at a senator moments before you arrived here this morning. We'd better go underground.
Hey. Go on with the games! Go on with the games!
Guards will take care of the gladiators.
to the palace.
Please. Not me.
Hail Caesar! Hail Claudius, Emperor of Rome!
Hail Claudius, Emperor of Rome!
As an imperial monarchy, it has been disgraced. Our recent experience with emperors leads many of us, and I would say a majority, into a wholly reasonable desire to re-establish the Republic. As a republic, Rome flourished, and will flourish again.
Rome must be strong again. Noble senators, it is with great diffidence that I those of you who greeted with silence or approbation the excesses of Tiberius Caesar or Caius Caligula Caesar are quick enough to find schoolboy pleasure in my oratorical limitations. I address cowards, self-seekers, murderers, non-entities, ready enough to cringe at the whip of a Caligula, but not at all willing to see that the sickness of Rome can only be cured by a change of heart, and not by a change of his political constitution. And you see standing before you the physician, nay, the surgeon, who will administer the emetic and cut out the ulcer. Rome will be what it was. A society in which no man need fear injustice. Its capital, a city in which men may walk freely at night. Its people united in a return to Roman virtue and the worship of the Roman gods, untainted by effeminacy or oriental pollutions. And I call for a wider understanding of the very term Roman. Those who subscribe to the Roman ethos, whether from Gaul or Germany or Asia, may call themselves Romans.
Take it further, Claudius. Make Rome the mongrel center of a mongrel empire. Bring in the Jews, muttering prayers to their tribal deity. Conquer Britain, so that the blue-bottomed oyster crackers may mouth their barbarities in this noble house and defile its ancient marvels.
Like too many professional rhetoricians, the senator emits more noise than sense. Britain will be conquered, yes, but it will be many years, perhaps centuries, before it can be converted into anything more than an obedient tributary. As for the Jews, they are not wanted in Rome. They cannot assimilate, and they will not. Their sectarian squabblings, they are a wandering race. Well, perhaps it would be better to let them wander back to Palestine. They will be content to find a Jewish king awaiting them, a king appointed by Rome. The Jews must leave Rome. If that is not policy acceptable to the Senate, then the Senate is unworthy to advise its emperor.
I beg the Emperor's pardon.
No, come in. Display of avuncular affection only. Well, this is the young man I hear so well of. Hmm? Well, I've been awaiting you with some eagerness. Well, good. So, now I brace myself, and you tell me all.
As the Lord Pallas suspected, all the Empress's visits were to the same man, a consul. Yesterday, before I was dismissed from Her Imperial Majesty's service, I heard her address the consul Silius as husband. The gentleman in question responded with wife. That was after a visit to a shrine, which, as I already knew, was associated with...
You were right, Pallas. You said she'd do this. A bigamous marriage to show her contempt, not only for her husband, but for Roman law. A signal to the world of glory and depravity. And when does Silius think he can strike the blow which will secure him the imperial crown?
Where are they now? The road they took, I watched on your instruction, was for Naples.
I want their immediate arrest and their almost immediate execution. As for a trial, all of Rome knows of a depravity too foul for its very sewers to discharge. I've been weak, Pallas.
Tolerant, Caesar.
Tolerant. Young man, the world is more evil than any man knows. Every day there's some new surprise, some new putrid revelation. The times need to be washed, scoured, and become the tablet for the writing of a new age. We're ready for a new age, a fresh beginning. But no man or God speaks. None gives the word. None gives the word. None gives the word.
People... Oh, enough philosophy. It's time for my music lesson.
You will need philosophy, Nero, more than you will need music.
In what, Seneca?
In whatever position in the state you hold, you must prepare for responsibility.
But I want to be a great actor, a great singer, a great dancer. Isn't there such a thing as responsibility towards art?
It is not a moral responsibility.
You talk so much of morality. And by morality, you mean... I forget the word.
Repression.
Repression. That is true. You repress me from seeing life. The execution of the Empress Messalina.
That was hardly life.
So now, we are to have a new empress. Who will it be, Seneca?
That is for the emperor to decide.
Not the Senate?
Why the Senate?
There's some ancient Roman law that says not even an emperor can marry his own brother's daughter.
Yes. That is incest. An ancient prohibition that no power can reverse.
I'll wager your money on that. 100 sesterces.
I do not have 100 sesterces on
You're
me.
not sure of winning.
I do not wager. Betting is idle, frivolous.
Immoral.
That depends on the sum bet. Your mother will not become empress. On that I will wager you 1/10 of a sesterce, to show you that I can unbend like anyone else. But I will not have to pay it. The thought of a man marrying his own niece.
Even the emperor.
Even the emperor. You've wasted the last 2 minutes of our lesson. You may go to your music now.
The emperor will marry my mother, even though she should marry another. For the emperor can do no wrong. That is the end of my song.
Better?
Better, my love. My niece, my wife. But only in the sense of better than yesterday, and not as bad as tomorrow.
Nobody knows about tomorrow.
An aging man knows that tomorrow he will not be any younger.
Oh, these shining platitudes, gems of imperial wisdom.
I write history. Moral platitudes I leave to Seneca.
Get rid of that man.
Why?
He teaches my son treason in the guise of philosophy.
Treason? To the emperor?
The empress.
Philosophy is philosophy, and morality is morality. There are no moral exceptions for Seneca. We are living in a state of incestuous pollution. whatever the Emperor or the Senate say. He has probably been telling your son that.
I was taught as a girl that the whole point of power was to be able to break the rules.
I've certainly broken one rule.
You regret it?
You taught me to be shrewd and ruling. In addition to providing new raptures of the body, raptures which not even Messalina. Ah, no. I don't regret it. But sometimes I feel culpable. Chiefly when I look at your son, Nero. There is something wrong about having a grandnephew who calls you father. He calls me father far more often than Britannicus does. He seems to be trying to implant an idea in my mind.
The idea that he's fitter for the purple than Britannicus. Britannicus is a fool.
Britannicus may be the son of Messalina, but he has inherited surprisingly few vices. And to me, he is a living reminder of my beloved brother, and of my triumphs over the Britons.
Which we're not allowed to forget. Every time you mention the name Britannicus, I feel we're expected to rise and drink a toast.
I shut from my mind, dear niece, wife, Agrippina, a particular thought. That you love your son far more than you love me. Now let me sleep. My head throbs.
Sleep. Father of all the Romans. Sudden, you say, but not too sudden. The art of the sleep bringer lies in the imitation of nature. You know how to administer? I know.
Domitius Nero is late. Late again. Not on the hour, but 5 minutes before the hour. Isn't that military punctuality, my son? Huh? Dear Britannicus?
A family dinner isn't a parade, Father.
No. Well, at least common politeness. An empire ought to be run like a fusion of a family and an army. If that's possible.
Eat, dear Claudius. Don't wait for Demetrius.
I have little appetite, my dear. Still, the odor is seductive.
My profoundest regrets. Crowded streets, and one of the slaves carrying my litter broke his ankle. Imagine! I do apologize, dearest father. I beat the bull, of course. And then I borrowed a slave from someone else. I forget who. Ah, mushroom. Delicious.
Here, take these. I can't eat.
Claudius, dear, they were just brought from Nemi. They're your very favorites.
Well, since you order them, my dear,
Oh, I'm so pleased. Let's drink a toast to the Emperor's restored appetite and health. May the Emperor Claudius live forever.
even you, my dear, cannot prevent me from turning into a god. Gluttony, always one of my failures. The virtues of temperance. Seneca is very good on that subject. He's...
Father.
Palace.
to die saloon. Noble Poppaea to come closer to her emperor. You can entertain her husband in Petronia. It is time my friend Otto shared his treasures with Caesar.
The noble Otho can sit next to me. Octavia for Nero. And again. Come, Otho. Come.
Thank you, Octavia. Such imperial favor.
You deserve it, Otho. You've been a true friend to Nero. He remembers that. Don't you, Caesar?
Oh, I do. I do. How with the governorship of Syria? We have someone worthy there already. Lusitania will do. How with the governorship of Lusitania? Simply. Very well, then. You may leave tomorrow. With my decree, and my letters, and my instructions. See to it, Burr.
Spare him, please.
Well, just think. Me here.
And why not? Isn't the Emperor's bed the only place for the most beautiful woman in all Rome?
I'm not that beautiful. But I know things, don't I? Don't I know things?
Oh, you're a mine of wisdom. There is more wisdom in your left buttock in the entire gloomy library of Seneca.
And who is he?
Seneca? Oh, an old man who thinks he knows everything. He used to teach me virtue, self-control, what they call the stoic qualities. And what he didn't teach me was the only real wisdom is pleasure.
And did I teach you that?
Oh, your course of instruction has only just begun. Oh, come. There's time before I have to go to the Senate.
You have to go. You, the Emperor?
Courtesy, discretion. Pretend you're letting them have their own way. Oh, tricks, really.
Would that be your wife? The Empress, I mean.
My wife is reading Seneca with Seneca. I've no idea who it is. Yes, I have. Get dressed. Go out the other way.
Your mother, is it?
How did you guess? I'll come again tomorrow at the same time. You have the ring to show the guard at the gate.
Has that slave been here?
She's no longer a slave. She's a free woman. And what does she have?
Oh, you're slow to learn, my son. The whole household knows. If you must conduct these unsavory affairs, get out of the city.
Oh, like you and Palace, you mean? You have to go very far out of the city to conduct that unsavory affair.
You will not speak to your mother in that way.
The Emperor will speak to anyone in any way he wishes. The Emperor will do what he wishes, within reason, subject to the gloomy advice of Burrus and my tutor, Annaeus Seneca. The sending away of Pallas was not such gloomy advice. The Emperor's mother should conduct herself as a respectable matron.
Oh, put that thing down and listen to me. This woman, Acte, is not so stupid as she looks. Nor is she as enamored of you as you think she is. She plays a slow game. She'll drag you into situations and places where your title and status will not help you. Also, she's in the pay of Britannicus. Claudius loved his son very dearly. The people remember that. Britannicus surely does.
I don't believe that. I don't. You're making that up. Britannicus isn't that kind of man. Britannicus accepts the situation.
Britannicus has friends who do not accept the situation. Britannicus was publicly acclaimed as his father's successor. Rome has only my word and that of Pallas that Claudius nominated you. If you don't ride the imperial horse like a real horseman, the horse might throw you.
I'm young. I'm entitled to live my life.
Meaning, to use Seneca's words, flagrant promiscuity.
Did he say that? About me?
Oh, I don't doubt he says it. Though not to me. Part of your claim to the purple rests on your marriage to Octavia. Humiliate her, my brother will take action. Britannicus adores his sister.
She's dull. Like Claudius, her late imperial father.
Little dullness goes with your title. Look, my son, I put myself in great danger to secure that title for you.
Yeah. You poisoned Claudius. You poisoned Julius Silenus as well. Oh, a decent old man with impunity, total impunity. Oh, I learned the first and best imperial lesson from you, my dear mother. Get rid of your enemies. Quickly and thoroughly. I think I'll get rid of Pallas. Exile isn't enough. After all, a son has the right to protect his mother's reputation for virtue. Hasn't he? Hasn't he, dearest mother? And isn't the greatest of all virtues a boy's love for his mother?
I sometimes think I was wrong. I think that more and more.
Oh, you'd have preferred for stuttering, limping old Claudius to turn into a god at a ripe old age. And for Britannicus, oh dear, decent, virtuous Britannicus, to wear the purple in my stead.
You're a loathsome little boy, aren't you? With the character of a slave, the manners of a street urchin. The Senate awaits you, Caesar. Try and behave like an emperor.
We brought up by barge this morning from Ostia. I supervised the cooking myself. And here, you see, are some live fish. It's a pleasant sensation to feel them slide down the throat alive and raw. They nibble as they go down. Would Caesar care to try this fishy pleasure?
Try it on Seneca first. He needs pleasures, having lived a long, long life without them. A cold fish. I have something special for my dear stepbrother, Britannicus. Mulled wine. Brewed in Britannia. His namesake. Serve him some.
Thank you, I prefer water.
Water is a dangerous drink. Try some of this delicious hot brew, garnished with rare herbs. Huh? Oh, come on, Britannicus, it's a cold night. I see your problem. How terribly insulting. He fears the Emperor may try to poison him. Tigellinus? He forgets that his late father, the unforgettable Claudius, named me his tutor, regardless of my age. Oh, very well, then we'll try it on our taster. Taster, taste. There you are, you see. Harmless and wholesome. But perhaps you prefer to wait a while. Some poisons are slow to act. Are they not, Octavia? You're an adulteress.
I beg the Emperor's pardon?
Oh, yes, do. Beg. Not that you get it. Closeted with old Seneca there, pretending to study philosophy. Ha! Scratch a Stoic, and you'll find a lecture. Isn't that so, Tigellinus?
This is a joke in very bad taste, Caesar.
Oh, very well, Octavia. I know you wouldn't dream of consorting with Seneca. Hot in the blood calls for hot in the blood. But I'll find him out yet. Never fear.
Britannicus, at least have the courage to defend your sister.
Now that would be dangerous, wouldn't it? That might offend the Emperor. The good, kind Emperor, who has had prepared such exquisite mulled wine for his esteemed stepbrother. Taste it, Britannicus. Our taster stands unharmed. Taste it!
It's too hot.
Oh, easily put right. Add some cold water, somebody. Drink, Britannicus, drink.
I admire your brotherly, better, fatherly care, Caesar. If your boy asks for a fish, would you give him a serpent?
Oh, that's good. That's very good. Who said that?
The unkillable slave, Chrestus, round whom a cannibalistic cult now flourishes.
I am afraid that that's a libel. I know differently.
Oh, you always do, don't you? You old Spanish crow. As soon as a thing sounds remotely interesting as this Crestus business does, you have to throw cold water on it. Oh, but you don't seem at all well. Here's a little live fish nibbling your uvula. Is it? Oh dear. Not at all well.
Perhaps a little cold water?
Too late. A fishbone, probably. What a shame. He's such a good boy.
Britannicus!
Sit down, both of you!
My brother!
No, Octavia. Weep over your brother in true Senecan style. Seneca, I thought Stoics took death in their stride. Will somebody please clear these plates? And the body.
Something on your little mind? Tell your loving acting.
My mother.
Your mother. Still your mother. I sometimes think that there is something not quite right between you and your precious mother. It's indecent. You called her name out when... Ugh. It's not right.
She's plotting against me. I'm sure. Do you know, she planned to have my stepbrother Britannic take my place.
No.
Before he was relieved of life's burden, my dear stepbrother was staying on a certain estate in Tusculum.
Where your mother is.
Where my mother is. I don't think she has enough to occupy her mind. Time we had a party.
A party? Ooh, good.
Oh, but you're not invited. My little actor. You might get drunk. But am I? And to force the Emperor to do something that he would sincerely hate to do. Beloved mother, it's been such a joy to have you. We've been apart too long.
No doing of mine, my son. You made it quite clear I wasn't welcome here.
Oh, Rome makes me irritable. Burrus and Seneca always honored me. Baiae is a much better place to relax. We must meet again here. Only next time without this gang of swillers and gorgers. Just mother and son alone. Go now, mother. Oh, I have ordered a beautiful new boat for you.
Where's my own?
Old. And unsafe. Unworthy of Rome's first woman. My guard will escort you aboard. No, wait! Farewell, dearest mother.
Caesar, an accident. The vessel in which the Empress Agrippina was being conveyed...
Yes. Sunk.
She has joined the gods.
The gods be praised, Caesar.
Your mother was the only survivor. She swam ashore.
Where is she?
In a fisherman's hut, 3 miles down the coast.
Brave mother. Lucky mother. Go. The thanks of a thankful son.
I'm sorry I cannot give you better hospitality, lady. You see how things are. A poor fisherman, not used to receiving visits from the gentry.
You get your reward.
Oh, what I say is, ordinary decency is its own reward.
You are Agrippina, the Emperor's mother?
You've been sent by my son to plunge your sword into my womb.
With a warrant. On charge of conspiracy with the enemies of Caesar.
How can you believe that? The charge is a lie. You've been sent to execute murder, not justice. By killing me, you're helping my son to destroy Rome.
Enough. Come with us.
My clothes are not quite dry.
Come as you are.
I'm here for a personal matter.
Well, come on, Seneca. What is it?
I would prefer to make my request in private, Caesar.
No secrets from the Praetorian prefect.
I don't understand.
Burrus is unaccountably banished. So I am in need of a new Praetorian prefect. And what better man for the post?
Then a fishmonger. I see. And Rome caught in his net. My request is timely then. I'm getting old. I have much to write, ideas to contemplate. I need to go into retirement.
To which of your many states?
I don't doubt that I have accumulated more properties than is perhaps fitting for a Stoic philosopher. And I'm grateful to Caesar for his gifts. Now I wish to return them.
So, at last, you become a real Stoic. Though you were right, Tigellinus. They're all damned hypocrites. Preaching the virtues of a simple life while cramming their chests with gold and silver and title deeds. I don't think I want you to go, Seneca. You write me good speeches. The Senate is impressed by them.
Yes, Caesar. You are right to talk of hypocrisy.
And what precisely do you mean by that?
Hypocrisy is the homage that vice pays to virtue. I've discovered that politics and morality have little to do with each other. Caesar, let me reach my last destination. I cannot save the soul of the empire, but I can at least try to save my own.
Well, shall we let him go, Tigellinus?
It would be useful to know precisely where he is going. A man as talented as Seneca ought not just to vanish. as Burrus did.
So stay in Rome, Seneca, or in its suburbs. I may call on you to write me the occasional speech. And it would be pleasant if you would say a few words at my forthcoming marriage. Something to do with the virtues of marital love, or the glory of a woman's fidelity to her husband.
Marriage? I don't understand.
You never seem to understand anything, do you? For a philosopher, you have precious little understanding of the real world. Your protege, the Empress Octavia, never learned anything of virtue, in spite of your lessons on moral philosophy. Adultery is a crime. And when it is the emperor who has been cuckolded, the crime becomes treason. And there's only one answer to treason. Exit Octavia, enter Pompey.
But she's married to Otto, one of your generals.
A forgettable general, a forgettable marriage. Poppaea will become my next wife. Though she resisted me at first. She dared refuse me. But I finally managed to convince her that her new destiny was to become the temple of my progeny. She also managed to avoid an abrupt end to her husband's career. Go now. Stormy night, Tigellinus. How do you like to see young bodies? As you do, my precious Poppaea, I'm sure.
The man's a champion. People love him. He's a Jew, by the way.
You're a little too fond of the Jews, my dear. Intransigent people. I think Claudius's idea was a reasonable one. Throw the Jews out. They're a nuisance. And they spit on the gods of Rome. And that is like spitting on the emperor.
Such Jews as I know are respectable and intelligent. They read instead of going to the games. Find the games bloodthirsty. And childish.
Do they? That was well done.
Get up, you goat! Hail the champion of Rome!
Curious about the nature of power, so let us discuss it, Caesar. The common people want order. To them it's a great achievement if tomorrow is no worse than today. The exceptional people break order, and the emperor, being the most exceptional of men, has to be the most adept at breaking order. Where order says family, security, the act of love for the generation of life, disorder says promiscuity, murder, the act of hate for the destruction of life. This has to be. The logic of it is simple and effective.
You should write it all down. Like Seneca. And they call it immoral philosophy. But you're wrong. In one way. Art is order. Poetry, music, dance, the drama, these are not order.
Art has nothing to do with morality. There is indeed a kind of order in destruction, a sort of cosmos in chaos. We see the fires of this new power breaking out of the destructive act. It is the door into a reality which the common herd cannot even glimpse. Which reminds me, I'm unhappy about your wife.
She adores me.
Adores what we do together? The night visits to brothels, the endless banquets, the boys, the eunuchs?
She knows nothing of these things. She's a wise empress. Knows when to close her eyes.
Her eyes are always open. Her bed is as well trodden as the Appian Way. The child she's carrying is certainly not yours.
This is treason. Tigellinus?
Perhaps I'm wrong. My devotion to Caesar is such that I see harm where there is none. Think no more of it. She's an estimable woman. I beg pardon for unworthy suspicions. Shall we begin our new lesson in the art of enjoyment?
Destruction, you would say, is a duty. Sometimes.
If you cannot destroy, how can you create?
True. Very true. Slaves! What I seek only for Rome. The city as it is offends my artistic soul. I would leave behind me an enduring monument of marble. The expenditure can be furnished from many sources. The people are ready for an increase in taxation after so long a period of fiscal clemency. There is gold lying unused in our city temples. And that fine device of the late Empress Messalina, that of offering Roman citizenship for sale, could be revived at even greater profit to the state. I say to Rome, to Rome. I must make this clear. Moreover, there are communities within the city who reject Rome, its virtues, its gods. I refer to the Jews and that sect known as the Christians. It would be a gesture of Roman clemency to allow these groups to continue their barbarous rituals, their insolent beliefs. But of course, to punish them with taxes. These are some of the ways in which to finance the building of our new city. But I acknowledge the wisdom of the Senate. Let me hear it.
The emperor's artistic ambitions are well known. To rebuild Rome in his own image is a final ambition which some of us have long expected. But I would remind the emperor that there are greater urgencies which cry for his attention. I refer particularly to the disastrous earthquake in Pompeii, to the situation in Gaul and Spain, where the loyalty of our armies is now openly shifting from the emperor to their provincial commanders. The situation in Britain is appalling, with 70,000 of our Roman citizens slaughtered by the barbarians, and no punitive act yet undertaken.
No! It is not for this august but senile body to act as the emperor's conscience! The Roman provinces are mere discardable extensions of Rome. They would drop off, for all I care, like lizards' tails. Rome first and last.
Rome is the provinces. Rome is her empire. Rome is the imperial peace and the great image of order. Rome is not sickly songs and obscene dances and degrading spectacles, and a city rebuilt according to the emetic tastes of a mediocre would-be artist. I speak out, Caesar, without fear of the consequences. An old man whose physicians grant him at most a year to live has nothing to fear. But for once, the emperor shall listen to the truth and not the adulation of his concubines.
I will accept many affronts, but I will not tolerate an attack on the divine spirit of beauty which in my lifetime I have tried to honor! You will see a new Rome, whether you want to or not! Grey beards, tottering imbeciles, impotent hypocrites. Who needs you? I speak for Rome. You speak for some outworn notion of civic virtue grey as sackcloth. I speak for a new age. Gentlemen, you're dead. All of you. There were many.
Oh, there's no art like this to Julius. No music, no verse, no tragedy like this. It's superb. You were right. At last I see what I only read before. Troy burning. The end of the second Troy. The birth pains of the third.
vicious in one way, virtuous in another. That's the flaming glory of it. Vicious in its destruction, virtuous because now you must rebuild. Even the Senate will see that.
Oh, look. There's young Aeneas. Oh, Virgil would have been pleased to see this. See how the citizens, screaming and scurrying, scamper like wood lice from logs freshly thrown on the fire. Ancient Anchises caught sleeping, awakening now to the flames that devour his ancestral abode. Calls to his son, young Aeneas, to rescue him. Pious Aeneas, our father, the builder of Rome.
Neropolis.
We are gathered here in our cemetery, sheltered from the fire.
I think some of you may see.
Caesar, this is Gaius Calpurnius Piso.
I have been chosen by the Senate to inquire into the origins of this disaster and to supervise the provision of places of refuge for the unfortunate victims.
Piso. Yes. I've heard of you, I think. As to the homeless, poor souls, your emperor has already made certain arrangements. The imperial gardens are at their disposal. Carpenters are already at work building temporary shelters, and I believe the Campus Martius. Messengers have been sent to Ostia in order to bring in emergency supplies. Things have been taken care of. Did you expect otherwise?
We marvel at the speed with which Caesar has put things into operation.
Reverend Senators, tomorrow we shall meet to discuss the raising of the finances for the building of our new city. There is not a moment to lose.
Has Caesar any notion how this disaster may have started?
No. Rome has always been a terrible place for fire. Wooden tenements, oil lamps, a sudden strong wind. Alas, on this occasion, we have been more unfortunate than usual.
Ought not Caesar rather to say fortunate?
I don't think I understand.
The destroyed city has to be rebuilt. I've nothing more to say, Caesar.
No. Oh, but we must look on the bright side of things. One of these days, and it will be soon, you will look on a Rome to be proud of.
Let us hear wisdom from the prefect of the Praetorian Guard, Ophonius Tigellinus, who has duly examined all the reports on the Great Fire. Caesar, reverend senators, I'm here to report on the findings of the special commission appointed to investigate the recent disastrous fire which struck our city. The fire was an outrage perpetrated by a dissident group of this city, one that despises Rome, flouts the gods, regards the traditional Roman virtues with contempt. I refer to the Christians, a minor Judean sect favored by slaves, plebeians, perverts, and foreigners, to whom vice is virtue and virtue vice.
I know these people. I have heard them. They are honest, peace-loving. Many of us could learn from them.
Contrary to what our compassionate Flavius Sabinus would have us believe, these Christians are well known for such hideous secret practices as cannibalism. As Christus said, "Take, eat, this is my body," for the practice of incest, for refusing to honor our gods, for refusing patriotic service of all kinds, including taking up arms against Rome's enemies. They are the arsonists. I propose that a new commission be formed to drag these loathsome animals out of their hiding places and to deal with them not according to the dictates of law, but according to our impulses of disgust and outrage. We do not try mad dogs in courts of law. We kill them outright. No, surely, if we could just fine them heavily, justice will be satisfied. As usual, Caesar is too soft-hearted. No. Let just indignation take its course. No idea there were so many of them. Look at this. Lucius Popidius Secundus. He was one of them and I never knew. Great eater. And drinker. Well, of course, some of the enemies of the state have been listed as Christians. Makes things a lot simpler. Most of them are the real thing. There's one man from Jerusalem we must find. It's strange that the fire started just after he got here. Very strange. One of the Christians we had under preliminary examination. Torment, you mean? All right. He said that the head of the sect is in Rome. You know, the man chosen to take over when Christus died. We have his name, too. You know, I think these hole-in-the-corner executions are a bit of a waste. Why don't we give the people a treat? Shove them in the arena. Make them part of the games. What a wonderful idea! What a truly wonderful idea!
One day, we can...
people know nothing. Nothing! It's the same with this as it is with art. They have to be told what to like. And you. There should be absolute unanimity of taste between the emperor and his empress. What you did today was an insult to me. To me!
It was meant to be that. You and the Roman people. Spasming to see women and children torn to shreds. So easy, isn't it, to give way to the beast inside us? History is supposed to record the taming of the beast. The Roman Empire takes over history and trumpets the victory of reason. But it's the trumpeting of a rogue elephant. The beasts are with us, and they have names. But mine shall not be among them.
You will perform the duties of an imperial consort. I will not have my enemies crying out that the Empress Poppaea knows where the fault lies! You must cry out for the blood of the criminals, like a good Roman.
The blood of Tigellinus and his accomplice, the Emperor, you mean? My lord, I have performed the last office of an imperial consort. I carry in my womb the next emperor. I can only pray to whatever God there is that he shall show more of the blood of my family than of yours.
Your family and what other? That of some secret Hebrew lover? Huh? I cry the cry of all fathers. How can I know? How can I know?
This child, to my shame, is yours. I would to God it were some others.
You whore. You've named the beast, you say? Go on naming him. Go on! Go on! Go on! Speak the name, Nero! Go on! Go on! Go on! Go on!
You may kill your child, Nero, but you are already dead.
Let Paul of Tarsus, a Roman citizen found guilty of treason against the majesty of Rome, die by the axe.